look up at the moon. Night after night, it watches over us, unchanging, silent, familiar. We see the same bright seas, the same ancient scars carved into its face, the same pale glow that has followed humanity through every age. And yet, if the moon is moving, orbiting Earth as we've always been told, why does it never turn to show us the other side? Why do we always see the same face, no matter where we stand, no matter the time of year? The moon seems still, frozen in the sky, but nothing in the universe truly stands still. So what's going on here? For centuries, people thought the moon simply didn't spin. It made sense. If we always see one side, perhaps it's just hanging there, motionless, forever facing Earth. But that idea began to crack as science advanced. When astronomers started to measure its motion precisely, they realized something extraordinary. The moon does spin, but in a way so perfectly timed that it hides half of itself from our view. Imagine that for every trip the moon makes around Earth, it also turns once on its own axis. The two motions are synchronized, locked together like a pair of dancers moving in perfect step. One face always gazes toward us, while the far side, its hidden half, remains forever out of sight. It's as if gravity itself choreographed a cosmic waltz between Earth and its companion, a dance that has lasted billions of years. You can almost picture it, the moon revolving around our planet, always turning just enough to keep the same hemisphere facing us. From our vantage point, it feels still, but from space, it's in constant, graceful motion. This perfect match between its spin and orbit isn't an accident. It's the result of an ancient gravitational story that began when the moon was still young and restless. A story shaped by invisible forces, by time, and by the slow, patient pull of gravity. To understand why the moon became locked in this eternal embrace, we need to travel back in time, far back, to an age when the moon was closer, spinning faster, and the Earth's pull began to sculpt its destiny. What happened next would change the moon forever, and explain why, even today, one side remains a mystery to our eyes. Billions of years ago, the moon was not the quiet, steady companion we know today. It was young, wild, and spinning fast. Back then, a single day on the moon lasted only a few short hours. The newborn Earth loomed much closer in the sky, its gravity tugging relentlessly at the moon's rocky body. That pull raised great bulges on the lunar surface, subtle tides of solid rock, just as our oceans rise and fall under the moon's influence today. But because the moon rotated faster than it orbited, those bulges were always a little out of line, pulled slightly ahead of Earth's gravitational grip. And that tiny misalignment changed everything. Each time the moon turned, Earth's gravity grabbed at those bulges, creating friction deep within the moon's crust and mantle. Heat built up, energy was lost, and with every passing century, the moon's spin slowed just a little. It was an invisible tug-of-war between motion and stillness, between the desire to spin freely and the irresistible pull of Earth's gravity. Slowly, imperceptibly, the dance began to synchronize. The moon's rotation slowed, its orbit stabilized, and after millions upon millions of years, both became perfectly matched. The moon now spun once for every orbit it made around Earth. From that moment on, one hemisphere would forever face our world, the near side, etched with the dark seas and bright craters we know so well. The other hemisphere, the far side, would remain turned away, forever unseen from the ground. What began as chaos had become harmony. Gravity had choreographed a cosmic dance so perfect that it looked motionless to the human eye. Even today, that synchronization remains flawless. The moon takes 27.3 days to complete one orbit around Earth, and the exact same amount of time to spin once on its axis. A perfect rhythm, maintained for billions of years. But this partnership isn't frozen. The moon is slowly drifting away, inch by inch, at about 3.8 centimeters every year, Laser reflectors left by Apollo astronauts confirm it. Our companion is moving outward, very slowly. As if gravity's dance continues to play, but the partners are drifting apart. If you could watch the system from above, you'd see something breathtaking. The moon circling Earth, always turning just enough to keep one face toward us. Like two dancers locked in step, connected by an invisible thread of gravity, they move together through time and space. This is tidal locking, a balance born from motion, friction, and the patient sculpting hand of gravity, a simple yet profound mechanism that turned randomness into rhythm, chaos into beauty. The result? The same face of the moon has looked down upon every human who has ever lived, every civilization, every story, every dream beneath its glow, all under the same, unchanging gaze. Yet behind that familiar face lies another world, one we cannot see from Earth. What secrets could that hidden half hold? For as long as humanity has existed, half of the moon has been a mystery. The side we see is familiar, mapped, and beloved, but the far side, the hidden half, remained unseen until the space age. For thousands of years, it was pure imagination, the subject of myths and dreams. People wondered if something strange might lie there, a world of shadows perhaps, or an untouched paradise. Then in 1959, the Soviet probe Luna 3 took the first photographs of that far side, revealing something no one expected. It was not the smooth, serene moon we thought we knew. It was rough, cratered, and scarred, an alien landscape that looked like a completely different world. Scientists were astonished. The far side's crust was thicker, its surface heavily bombarded, and strangely lacking the dark plains, the Maria, that dominate the near side. Even today, we still don't fully understand why the two sides are so different. One theory suggests that in its early days, the moon was still molten inside, and heat from the Earth-facing side created vast seas of lava that cooled into dark basalt plains. The far side, shielded from that warmth, solidified faster and became heavier, leaving it rugged and ancient. Whatever the cause, the contrast remains one of the great puzzles of lunar science. And the moon still surprises us. During the Apollo missions, astronauts placed seismometers on the surface to listen for moonquakes. What they discovered was unexpected. When struck by meteoroids, the moon didn't just shake, it rang like a bell. Vibrations echoed for minutes, even hours, suggesting its interior is dense, dry, and rigid in ways unlike Earth. Imagine standing there, feeling the ground hum beneath your boots, the soundless tremor of a world that carries its own heartbeat. The moon also holds clues to its violent origin. Most scientists believe it was born from a colossal collision when a young Earth was struck by a Mars-sized body billions of years ago. Debris from that impact coalesced, slowly forming the moon. In that sense, it's not merely our satellite. It's our sibling, forged from the same ancient dust and fire. The moon carries the memory of Earth's creation in every crater and ridge, a fossil of our planet's youth preserved in silence. And yet, despite all we've learned, much of the moon's story remains untold. Its far side hides secrets about the early solar system, about how planets evolve, and perhaps even about the origins of life itself. We can't see it from Earth, but we can feel its mystery every time we look up. The face we know reflects our past, but the face we don't may hold the key to understanding where we came from. If you've ever watched the moon for a month, you've witnessed a silent rhythm older than life itself. From complete darkness to full brilliance and back again, the moon traces a cycle so perfect it feels like the heartbeat of the sky. But this transformation isn't magic. It's geometry, light, and the endless motion between the Earth, the moon, and the sun. The moon doesn't shine by its own light. It borrows the sun's radiance and reflects it toward us. What we see changing is not the moon itself, but how sunlight falls upon its surface as it orbits around Earth. It begins with the new moon, a time when the moon passes between Earth and the sun. Its sunlit side faces away from us, and the night sky seems emptier, deeper. For ancient civilizations, this darkness symbolized rebirth, the quiet moment before light returns. Then, as days pass, a delicate curve of silver appears in the western sky, the waxing crescent, the first light of renewal, a whisper of illumination reminding us that every cycle begins small. Soon, the moon reaches its first quarter, half illuminated, half shadowed. It stands like a symbol of balance, caught between growth and stillness. The bright side glows sharply against the dark, a perfect contrast of night and day on a single sphere. As the light continues to spread, the waxing gibbous appears, nearly full but not yet complete. The anticipation builds. It's a phase of promise, of becoming, as if the moon is taking a deep breath before its moment of brilliance. Then comes the full moon, the crown of the lunar cycle. Fully illuminated, rising opposite the sun, it transforms the night into silver daylight. It's the phase that inspired myths, harvest festivals, and poetry. Under its light, oceans swell higher, animals stir restlessly, and humanity has always felt something deep and wordless, as if connected to the cosmos by its glow. But even this radiance cannot last forever. The light begins to wane. The waning gibbous marks the start of the moon's slow retreat. The bright side shrinks, shadows reclaiming what light had conquered. Then, the last quarter arrives. Another perfect half, but now descending instead of rising. It reminds us that everything that grows must also fade, and that even decline can be beautiful. As the moon continues its orbit, the waning crescent appears, a faint sliver before dawn, delicate and fleeting, the final breath before darkness returns. And then, once again, the sky resets to the new moon. The cycle begins anew, endlessly repeating, never faltering, from darkness to light and back again. It's more than an astronomical pattern. It's a reflection of existence itself. Every rise, every fall, every change in our lives mirrors the moon's eternal dance of shadow and light. If you were to stand on the moon, you'd see the reverse, Earth going through phases, waxing and waning in your sky. Two worlds locked in orbit, each reflecting the other's light, a perfect mirror of cosmic harmony. This silent rhythm, carved into the fabric of time, has guided sailors across oceans, farmers through seasons, and dreamers through centuries. We still look up and find comfort in its constancy, even as everything else changes. For as long as there have been human eyes to look upward, the moon has been our constant companion. Long before telescopes, before science, before history itself, people marked its changes to count time, to plant crops, to celebrate life. The word month comes from moon, a calendar written in light. Its rhythm shaped our stories, our beliefs, our sense of wonder. Ancient poets called it the mirror of the soul. Sailors called it their compass. Lovers called it their witness. Across cultures and centuries, every civilization has gazed upon the same face, tracing the same glow across the night. When you think about it, that's extraordinary. The same light that touched the eyes of ancient Egyptians, of the Maya, of Galileo, still touches us tonight. Every generation has lived under this same quiet presence. The moon connects us across time, a bridge between the past and the infinite future. It reminds us that we are part of something vast and continuous, that the universe doesn't rush. It moves in patient, perfect cycles. And now, after all these ages of watching from below, we are preparing to return. The Artemis missions are guiding humanity back to the moon, to walk again on its surface, to build, to learn, to dream further than ever before. Perhaps one day, when people live and work there, they'll look up and see Earth glowing in their sky. the same way we see the moon from ours. The dance will continue, only from a different perspective. The moon is not just a rock in space, it is our reflection of time, of motion, of everything that rises and falls. It holds our stories, our myths, our questions, our light. When you stand beneath it, you are connected to every person who has ever stood in wonder before you. The same glow that guided them now guides you. And so, when you look up tonight, remember this: the moon you see has never stopped watching. It has seen every dawn, every discovery, every dream. Its face is unchanging, but its light has always led us forward, reminding us who we are and how far we've come. Hello and goodbye. I'm John, coming to you from Infinite Universe NTH. Until next time, keep looking up.